Hi everyone, it's Gio for footballbook.pro. Welcome back. These are my week 15 picks for the 2010 NFL season. First game we're going to look at is Kansas City at St. Louis. Now the Rams are favored by 2 points here. It's a very small price to pay. We saw what happened with Kansas City quarterback Matt Castle. About 12 days ago he had that emergency appendectomy operation, and he's going to start this week, but I don't know how effective he'll be. He'll probably be able to just hand the ball off, and I think the Rams defense are going to just stack the box and stop the run. St. Louis is coming off of a 3-game road trip, and they're probably really itching to go at home. It's a small price to pay. Both teams are trying to win this game to secure top spot in the division, but I just don't think that a sore Matt Castle or Brody Croyle can do the job here. Let's take the home team, the St. Louis Rams, -2. The second game we'll look at is Arizona at Carolina. The Panthers are actually favored here, and I don't know why. They've won one game all year. I know it's Arizona, but the Cardinals have proved that anyone at quarterback except for Derek Anderson is enough. They did really well last week, and Skelton, the rookie, gets his first road start. I could probably start for Arizona against Carolina and win. The Panthers have a lot to lose if they do win the game. They're in line to get the first overall pick, and that would be Stanford quarterback Andrew Luck. I think there's going to be a little bit of this involved. I'm not saying that Carolina is going to throw the game, but I think Carolina is going to throw the game. Let's take Arizona +2.5. Third game we'll look at is a division game. It's Cleveland at Cincinnati. Colt McCoy is back for Cleveland, and that's good news, as Jake Delhomme is not going to play. The Bungles have lost 10 straight. I think that's the worst in the NFL right now. And Peyton Hillis is going to just run all over Cleveland, Cincinnati's defense. And plus, the Bengals are banged up in the secondary. I like Cleveland to return the favor of what Cincinnati did last year. Cincinnati swept that series last year, and I think Cleveland will do the trick this year. Let's take the Browns +1.5 here. Game number 4 is Detroit at Tampa Bay. The Bucks are favored by 5.5. Now we know what the Bucks have done all year. They feasted on teams with losing records, and they always lose to teams with winning records. Now Detroit has a losing record, and they haven't won a game on the road in over 3 years. But they are the scrappiest team in the NFL. They are never out of a game. All I've done all year is make money off Detroit, and the Bucks have gotten killed with injuries. I think they've lost 7 starters on defense in the last 3 weeks. I wouldn't even be surprised if Detroit wins their first road game of the last 3 years. Let's take Lions +5.5. And the fifth game we'll look at is another division game. It's Buffalo at Miami. Miami is favored by 5.5. The Dolphins just follow their trend. They win on the road and lose at home. Buffalo's another scrappy team. And speaking of how bad Miami does on the road, here's some stats for you. Here's some figures. They're 16-37-2 against the spread in their last 55 games at home against a team with a losing record, and 17-43-1 in their last 60-some games at home. Buffalo is 5-0 against the spread against the AFC, and 6-1-1 against the spread in their last 8 games. I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo does to Miami what everyone does to Miami and beats them outright. Let's take the Bills +5.5. We're going to look at 4 over-unders. The first one is we'll go back to the Kansas City St. Louis game. I like the under there. Like I said, the quarterback situation for Kansas City is not very good. I think there will be a lot of running in this game, and probably a low number. 43.5 is pretty high in this game. We'll take the under. The second game we'll look at is Houston at Tennessee. That number is 47.5. Mario Williams is gone for Houston, and he's a big part of their defense. Kerry Collins is one of those guys who does yeoman work. He'll give you 21 points himself. Kenny Britt should be back, the wide receiver. He was back last week, didn't have a very good game. I think he'll be back in form. Houston has a habit of getting 21 to 28 points in the last quarter of the game themselves. Let's take the over on that. The Detroit-Tampa game, the number's 43. The Lions struggled to score points last week, but they also held Green Bay to 3 points, I think it was, in the entire game. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers got any points, and he played almost the entire first half. Let's take the under on the 43. And the Monday nighter, well, one of the Monday nighters, I guess, it's been moved. Chicago's at Minnesota. The Vikings start Joe Webb at quarterback, and he's a real physically gifted player. and I just think that Chicago could probably keep them down to not scoring very many points. And I think the Vikings have a very good defense as well. In the cold outdoors, the elements will be working against the offenses. It'll be gross outside, and the number is 42. Let's take the under on that one. And our suicide pick this week is New England. They're facing Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers. I don't think the Packers have a chance. The number's 14. I think they'll probably even cover that too. But let's take New England as the suicide pick. And all right, these are my picks for this week. And last week I went 4-0-1 against the spread, and 4-0 with my over/under picks. I had my best week of the year so far, and I think I'm even going to do better this week because this Sunday is my birthday. So I'm feeling really lucky. Now, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. It's gio@footballbook.pro, and please visit our website, www.footballbook.pro. For footballbook.pro, I'm Gio. We'll see you next week. Let's take the man's money. Bye-bye.